If we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, we have a couple groups and things we want to recognize this evening, and the first is the recognition of the Concord Township Scholarship winners. Dana, I think you and Mr. Gillespie normally review those resumes and qualifications and applications, so if you wouldn't mind recognizing, we have some of the winners here with us this evening.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So John Gillespie and I had the honor of reviewing 13 applications this year. So we have some pretty smart seniors in Concord Township. So I'm going to read the 4 recipients that were chosen, and then we'll come up and get a picture taken. So Concord Township Council recognizes and congratulates Darnish Singhvi on being the recipient of the 2026 Concord Township Scholarship Award for their achievements in leadership activities and community service, and wishes them much success as they continue their college studies for finance. Kanushi Gupta, Concord Township Council recognizes and congratulates Kanushi Gupta on being the recipient of the 2026 Concord Township Scholarship Award for their accomplishments in leadership activities and community service, and wishes them much success as they continue their college studies for material science and engineering. Our next candidate is Pilar Ruiz Esquad. Concord Township Council recognizes and congratulates Pilar Ruiz Esquad on being the recipient of the 2026 Concord Township Scholarship Award for their accomplishments in leadership activities and community service, and wishes them much success in their continued college studies for biological sciences and pre-medical.
Okay.
And we have one more, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Benjamin Mayer. Concord Township Council recognizes and congratulates Benjamin Mayer on being the recipient of the 2026 Concord Township Scholarship Award for their accomplishments in leadership activities, community service, and wishes them much success as they continue their studies at Texas A&M University for Business.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'd like to get you guys up here and get a picture with our council, but with John, this has been, what, the 10th or 15th year we've done this?
At least.
Yeah, and we have had a lot of seniors in here, and they have all been worthy of this honor. And you guys, I'm just looking here, my God, business, finance, material science and engineering, I don't know what the hell that is, biomedical science and pre-medical. So God bless you. I know you worked your butts off to get here, and we're proud that you're from Concord. So come on up, let's get a picture. Okay, so we're going to come down here, and we'll do the presentation and everything right here, okay?
Okay, you got it.
Concord Township was recently recognized as getting a preservation award for the Palmer Barn at Bush Hill Farms down on Bethel Road. So in acknowledgement of that recognition, I was going to let Mr. Gillespie tell us what's going on. John, if you want to stand here, you might be able to use the microphone. John, you want to come over here? You can just use the microphone too.
Okay. I can do it sideways, sure. So number one, on Saturday, May 2nd, at the Redwood Community Center in Upland Park, I was present. Leslie Berkeheiser was there, Jonathan and Emma from the township. It was the 48th Preservation Awards, which 18 of them were given out by the county, and also the Bates Awards, 4 of them. So I was pleasured to give out the Bates Awards, and I was also a pleasure to be in front of the Preservation Awards that came to Concord Township. So the commission is glad that one of the last working barns in Delaware County was restored, and the township cared and made it accessible for people to see our goats. So that was the whole premise of the award. And Leslie, you want to come up? So we have... There you go. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Job well done.
Okay, we'll move on with the agenda. We have some upcoming meetings and events. On May 7th, we have the Park and Rec Board meeting. May 9th, Music in the Park with Miss Brooke at 10 a.m. May 13th, Historical Commission meeting. May 18th, Planning Commission meeting. May 19th, Primary Election Day. May 20th, Zoning Hearing Board meeting. May 25th, Memorial Day holiday. The offices will be closed. May 28th, Team Safe Driving Rodeo, and June 1st, Lawn Debris Pickup Day. Regarding lawn debris, if there's any questions, Amanda, as to what can be picked up, just visit the website.
Yeah, they can call the office, either way.
All right, we will enter into our reports. Vanita, Public Safety.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everybody. Based on the fire marshal's report, we had illegal burning on one of the streets. A resident lit pallets of fire and did not stay in attendance with the fire. The wind blew embers from the fire onto wooded hillside, igniting over 2 acres of woodland. The fire company spent over 4 hours extinguishing the fire, assisted by 12 other fire departments. 5 ATVs were needed to assist with the extinguishment. Our fire marshal also investigated a fire in a residential house. The incident resulted in smoke damage throughout the residence. The fire was located behind the aluminum siding between the exterior and interior walls. State Police Fire Marshal assistance was requested due to the lack of an obvious cause for the fire. The cause at this point will remain undetermined. Evidence indicates that the aluminum siding became energized, resulting in the house fire. Damage is estimated to be approximately $10,000. 4 other illegal open burning incidents within the township were also investigated. The fires extinguished and property owners were advised on township's burning ordinance. With summer at our doorstep and possibly very hot days, please be mindful of the fire hazards and follow the township burning ordinance. Your safety and the safety of everybody around you is very important. Today, we have our Pennsylvania State Police Trooper, Wayne, with us to present us with a report for the township.
Thanks, Anita. Can you hear me? Great. Hey, thanks for having me, everybody. Just going to go over some stats. Provided some printouts. If you didn't get them, I placed them in the front table upon entering. Provided stats from 2024 and 2025 for Concord Township. I also took delivery of providing stats for our station as a whole, just for comparison. So I'm going to be going over the stats for the 2024-2025 year for Concord Township. So total incidents for the year for 2024, 5,737. For 2025, it was pretty close in comparison. It's 5,261. Regarding these categories, crimes against society, that can be categorized as disorderly conduct, disturbances, public drunk, warrants, things of that nature. 2024, we had 120. 2025, there were 113. Crimes against person, that pretty much is harassment, simple assault, anywhere where there's another individual as a victim. 2024, 87. 2025, there were 79. Drug-related offenses, that's any incident involving drugs for the most part. 2024, 18, 2025, 21. Domestic security checks, these are checks of schools, churches, soft target areas, us being proactive and doing checks of the community. Could be residential houses as well. So 2024 was 805, 2025 was 709. Motor vehicle crashes, so these are minor crashes, non-involving injury to serious crashes involving injury, where towing and injuries are reported. So that's pretty much everything involving a crash. 2024, it was 451. 2025, it was 456. So traffic enforcement, this is more of a proactive stat. It's us being out there, being proactive, making traffic stops, doing things of that nature. For 2024, there were 1,516. 2025, there were 1,201. So there's a little dip there that could be due to our manpower. We've been losing a lot of manpower lately in the previous year. They're trying to get more classes in. I'll go over a little bit more of that in detail later on. Regarding property crime, 2024, 392, 2025, 319. So request for service, that pretty much is somebody picking up the phone, calling the state police, us coming out for whatever reason. So that's a request for service from the state police. 2024 was 1,501. 2025 is 1,548. And then other investigations, these investigations are pretty minor. It's in another category. So 2024 is 655. 2025, there were 543. So that's just the stats for 2024, 2025, just for Concord Township. Like I said, I also provided a printout of the stats for media. I'm not going to go over that, but you could compare that in terms of like how busy we are. Because I know a lot of times that's a question. Like a lot of residents don't understand the call volume that we have. So just for comparison, in 2025, we took 33,781 calls. And that's for half the county. That's for our entire coverage area. So just some updates as well. PSP's doing a lot of senior fraud prevention classes at the senior living centers in our area. Hoping to decrease the number of theft, fraud, and identity theft cases among older adults. Pretty much providing them tips on how to recognize warning signs, red flags, as well as providing information on how to protect personal and financial information. And that's been well received from the senior living centers. I did one last week, and it was a good turnout. They've been pretty good turnouts for the ones in our area. Child car seat safety events, we're holding a bunch this month as well. We're doing one in Middletown for our company on May 13th from 7-Eleven. May 13th, as well from 12 to 4 at the Celebree School. May 28th, we're doing another one at the Ducklands Daycare, right next to the media station. So pretty much this is PSP techs, certified child car seat techs, installing seats, checking seats, providing advice, things like that. Some updates about us as a department. The 12-hour shift pilot program, they canceled that, so we're no longer moving forward with a 12-hour shift. So we're remaining on the 8-hour shift for now. Regarding staffing, there are 69 cadets anticipated to graduate this month from the state. So media is expected to get some of those cadets as well. 48 cadets scheduled to graduate in August. Additional classes anticipated in June and October. Enforcement trends, traffic stops are increasing statewide while vehicle pursuits are decreasing, so that's a good sign. Beginning next week, PSP Media Station, we're going to be covering patrol zones in Parkside and Collindale on top of our assignments now. So we're losing manpower to Parkside and Colwyn because of staffing issues and things like that. So that's starting next week. So this summer, we're anticipating a lot of events in Philadelphia. PSP Media is going to be participating in that as well. We're going to be doing shifts with the PGA Championship Tournament.
Can you get us tickets? No.
If I know somebody, I'll let you know. We're doing the,
gotta go.
there's a lot of events with the 250th anniversary events in Philadelphia. We're partaking in that. The FIFA World Cup in June and July, we're participating in that. And the MLB All-Star Game. So residents should expect road closures, increased traffic congestion, large crowds, just from these events pouring over into our area. Also, there's going to be a leave restriction for Troop K personnel from June to July. So we're not allowed to take leave from June to July because of the events in Philly. So lastly, regarding the speed and traffic complaints, we're well aware of all the complaints. I have an ongoing list of the complaints in our area. Just last week, we did an enforcement radar detail on Smithbridge, just resulting in multiple citations and warnings of violators. We're trying our best. Unfortunately, we're short on manpower, but I'm well aware of all the traffic concerns. And that pretty much wraps it up.
You guys do a great job. I think everybody up here would echo that same thing. I'm concerned, well, the media barracks will be handling Parkside and what was the other?
So it's Parkside and Colwyn,
Collindale.
which we've covered Collindale and Colwyn in the past, just at random times throughout the year.
Yeah.
Parkside's newer. I believe they lost one member.
Yeah.
So we're going to be covering shifts starting.
Is it seem like it's a move towards eliminating their police department, or they just can't have, they don't have enough staff to staff?
It's just staffing issues, and when that comes with local police, we just cover. So we have the responsibility to come in and cover that area.
Yeah, I had a quick question. In your category of domestic security checks, I think I have an idea what that is, but could you explain exactly what that means?
So that's a proactive stat to where we're conducting security checks of schools, churches, soft target areas, anywhere where we're out there patrolling the area, doing a walkthrough of the school, things like that. So it's us being out there providing security where people are seeing us.
So how about a resident in a residential home? Say they want to take a 2-week vacation and they call the department. Would you go by that street maybe once a day or twice a day just to make sure that things look okay?
And yeah, that's a good point as well. We've taken calls like that before, where residents are not home and they call us and let us know. That's something where it's a reoccurring call for us, and we come out, we drive by, we get out of the car, we check the area. So that is something we do. Just with the shortage of manpower, we'll get to it. Like I said, it's something that we do.
Okay. That's a good idea for some of our residents that travel frequently.
Yeah, and people, like I said, we get calls about that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, thank you for explaining that.
I do have a question. So you mentioned there's a new class graduating, right? would the distribution, when they distribute these new cadets all over the state, do they help out with, because we have additional activities going on in our area, are you able to request for additional help and get from other locations?
So we generate calls. They see our call volume, so that does help with numbers. How it works for allocation is once a class graduates, they'll send a certain number to the troop. So
Okay.
we're part of Troop K. So that would be Media, Philadelphia, Skip Back. And it's up to the troop commander, the captain, to designate how many troopers get sent to each station. A lot of times it's troopers going here into Philly because we're the busier areas around here. So we are getting a bulk of the allocation for the troop.
Okay.
And we continue to. It's just the problem is we get 5 and lose 6, or it's a revolving door, and it's been like that since I've been here.
Okay.
And the numbers decrease in terms of the academy class graduating. There's not enough troopers graduating the academy.
So I do want to take this opportunity. I know you mentioned June and July, you are not allowed to take any time off, and that's critical time when people take time off with their families. So I do appreciate your services on behalf of our residents. I do want to say thank you for all of your services to us.
Great, thank you.
All right, thank you. Great job.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
I noticed on the detailed report there were 2 firearms incidents. You wouldn't happen to know what the nature of those incidents would be, do you? Like simple illegal possession, or?
If you send me an email, I could let you know.
Okay, yeah,
just
just
not
curious.
off the top of my head. I don't
didn't
know.
expect you to know
But
off the top of your
Like I
head.
said, anyone's more than welcome to email me, reach out to me. I'm pretty responsive. If they want a more thorough answer on anything that they see, like I'm more than welcome to provide it if I can. A lot of times we're bound by what we could release to the public. So
Thank you very much. I really
you're welcome.
appreciate
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we had Coffee with a Cop, 2 events in April. We did one in Glen Mills, Britton Lake. That was a good turnout. And we did another one right by our station. That was a good turnout. Just something new we're doing.
Good.
A lot of times, I guess the issue is a lot of people don't see us unless they're getting pulled over or getting arrested. So just something different we're trying just
Nice
to
to see him over a cup of coffee.
just to
yeah.
just to tell people we're out there, and
Lean up against
it
the
was a
car.
good turnout. Wawa's been very helpful with providing the location, providing the coffee, the merchandise. So moving forward, I want to do more community events just to keep people in touch and let people know what's going on and that we're out there. I think we do a bad job with media, so I'm trying to do a better job with just letting people know we're there and just to talk to people.
If it's any help, if you have them scheduled, if you let us know, I'm sure we would be happy to put it on our website.
Yeah, we
Just
actually
send it
did
out to our
push
website.
them. When
Yeah, I
we
think
sent
that was on me, but
That's okay, but we did push when you
Okay,
gave.
all right.
yeah, both events were a good turnout. But
You got it.
I'll keep
Fantastic.
everyone up to date. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave, for reminding us of
Appreciate
that.
it. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is Open Space Trails and Recreation, Mr. Crossan.
Thank you, Mr. President. April was Earth Month, and we did a lot of activities. We had 100 native trees planted across the township, including 65 trees at the Temple Road open space and 35 trees over at Bush Hill Farm. We had 75 volunteers come out. We had 4 trash cans painted and muraled at the municipal campus with the help of Darlington Arts Center. Picked up trash, etc. Youth and adults volunteered. We had our spring recycling day in April where 425 cars participated and 100 red bud trees were given out to residents. And lastly, the township is looking for volunteers to monitor the variety of bird boxes and bird houses that we have throughout the township's open space areas, particularly at Bush Hill Farm and the township municipal campus. So if you're interested in joining the township's bird watching efforts, please contact us. And lastly, there is a pickleball tournament scheduled for next Friday, May 15th.
Okay, thank you. Sewer and Public Works, Mr. Gillespie.
Yes, regarding the sewer operations report, the staff responded to 125 Pennsylvania 1 calls, checked 14 gravity laterals for resale, and inspected 2 low-pressure hookups. They checked and maintained all pump stations 3 times a week and operated and maintained both sewer plants daily. Under capital projects, the engineers put together a future master plan for the properties around the main sewer plant on Concord Road, and the Cambridge Downs Sewer Project is expected to start in 2027, in the review and permitting and design phase presently. Concord Hunt Pump Station replacement. This will include new pumps and measuring equipment as well as a new controller. And regarding Public Works, the playgrounds in April, the staff mulched playgrounds. All equipment was inspected for wear to help ensure parks remain safe. The park enhancements, the volleyball nets, pickleball windscreens, sunshades at the dog park were installed. And the Hillsborough Hall property located on Featherbed Lane received a facelift in April. Staff cleared vines from the trees and removed invasive plants from the wooded areas. That's the end of my report. Thank you.
Okay. James, Building and Code Enforcement, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. We've had a total permits processed for April 207, including 16 single-family dwelling permits issued, abbreviated SFD, which I learned today. Total certificates for occupancy for April is 35. The Pulte Spring Project, 106 final certificates of occupation. All Pulte single-family dwellings approval have been submitted, or they have been submitted this month for a total of 128. NV Homes has submitted 11 SFDs for a total of 22 homes. Zoning Board activities, we have Concord Acquisition LLC, which is the shops at Concord. That meeting has a continuation until May 20th. And we have a new one, Kevin Conrad, who is appealing the zoning officer on a detached structure, the decision there. New businesses, Extra Space Storage on Wilmington Westchester Pike, LL Bean at Briars Drive at the Town Center, Convalexa Incorporated at 54 Conchester Road, and new businesses coming soon. We have Gian Vittoria Salon at Wilmington Westchester Pike. Their use and occupancy permit has been submitted and construction continues. Amore Spa and Salon on Baltimore Pike. The UNO has been submitted, and we're waiting on permit applications. Valley Point Church on Bethel Road, the renovation continues. And Office Management LLC on Regency Plaza, waiting on the UNO application for them, as we are for the Riddle Research Institution at Regency Plaza. Also Saravia Behavioral Health at Regency Plaza. CQ Partners on Wilmington Westchester Pike. The permits are in and permits have been issued. Alloy Fitness in Garnet Valley Plaza, 91 Westchester Pike, waiting on their UNO application. Thank you.
Thank you. Larry is not here, so we'll just make the Planning Commission report part of the record. Mr. Donahue, Solicitor.
Thank you. With reference to 129 Polecat Road, hearing was held before Judge Eckel on Mr. Panaccio's petition for special relief and the township's objection thereto. Judge Eckel denied the petition in an order dated April 24th, 2026, indicating that the case remained terminated. Mr. Panaccio's attorney has recently filed on May 4th of 26, filed a motion for reconsideration that is presently outstanding. The Smith Bridge roundabout, the Locke property, Mrs. Locke and Mr. J have appealed Judge Pagano's order denying their preliminary objections. Although we believe they have no valid grounds for the appeal, the matter will now proceed before the Commonwealth Court. The Garnet Valley School District declaratory judgment action, we are still awaiting Judge Whalen's order following the hearing on the neighbor's petition to intervene. And Penn Woods Winery, there is a hearing scheduled for tomorrow before Judge Eckel on the winery's petition to quash Miss James' appeal. Thank you.
Okay. Township Engineer Nate.
Yeah, the only updates I wanted to provide outside of the agenda tonight, we did make two pre-applications to PennDOT for grant monies. One would be to upgrade the pedestrian crossing signals on Concord Road at Riviera Concord. There's two overhead pedestrian crossings. This would be to upgrade those to what's called RFRB. I can't remember what the acronym stands for, but the ones that flash when you push the button. The second one would be for adding dual turn lanes on Baltimore Pike traveling towards Media to go northbound on from Baltimore Pike onto Evergreen Drive. So that would make that from one lane. If you can drive through, they're striped out for two, but we've never installed the second turn lane. So this would be for that. We've packaged that with, on the other side of Evergreen coming up 322, modifying that signal to allow more flexibility with that left turn signal. So we've kind of packaged both ends of Evergreen Drive as one application. These are what's called pre-applications. PennDOT reviews them, gives us feedback. We'll make a determination most likely next month. If they're grants, we will proceed with at that time.
Thank you.
That's the only update.
Amanda, Township Manager.
Sure. I just wanted to provide an update, pulling off of the Park and Rec information from this past month. But, you know, with it being Earth Month and a lot going on in our recycle days, I just wanted to give a quick recap because it's actually pretty incredible. But we planted 100 native trees. We received $11,000 in manpower and grants to do that. We had over 150 pounds of trash and litter picked up during our pickup days for the beautification projects, and that was done with over 30 volunteers, including youth and adults who participated in that beautification project. On Township Recycling Day, we had 425 cars who participated, and 13,500 pounds of electronics were recycled. 6,250 pounds of paper were shredded and recycled, and 12 gaylords of clothing and household items were donated. Additionally, we gave out 100 redbud trees to residents that were native. So just to wrap that up, if you're interested in carbon offset and planting trees, in just this month, when those trees mature that have all been planted and given away, you will have 4.36 tons per year of CO2 absorbed. So that's just one. We do these events all the time. I don't think we always talk about the great things that we're doing. We are a bird town. We're working on sustainability efforts, and I just wanted it noted. I felt like it's great stuff, and we're so grateful for all the volunteers of our community who get involved and care. So thanks.
Thank you. Citizen comment, anyone with any comments or questions or items before council, if they would please come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Good evening, Dave. Is this on? It's green. You hearing me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not hearing myself. Dave Cleary, 72 Schoolhouse Lane. Trooper Wen is great. His whole family, we do a Run for Autism event every year. And his wife and two kids came out to the event. His 3-year-old daughter was zooming around the track. And even though he was off duty, I had talked to him, and he wanted to come out and support the event. We were over at Ruston High School this year. May end up there in the future. It's a little bit more accommodating than the Garnet Valley setup, and because of the construction, we couldn't be there. And he also does that coffee, I say, with the police officer, because I think cop is a derogatory term, but I guess it's whatever. It's not rhymes, but whatever it does with that. But it's real nice to see him, too. My son has done the law enforcement torch run with them and the police officer, especially on the running side. There's a lot of police officers that look at running as a good, healthy outlet and look at citizens that do it as good members of their community. God, I had one other thing, but I think I'll move on. Rich Schwartz and Trooper Wen and I Rich got in the conversation. We were talking about serving in the military in the Pacific. I didn't know till tonight that Trooper Wen served with the Marines. And when they both realized they'd been on Okinawa, I had to step back because they got back and forth about Okinawa, even though I've been there. It was interesting introducing those guys and having a conversation. A you don't know, Rich's dad served. I found out tonight on Saipan in Okinawa. I just knew Iwo Jima before, fought on all those islands with the 3rd Marine Division. Got that tonight, too. What I bring forward tonight, 2 right-to-know requests. The first one, and I'll follow up an email. You'll get a paper copy. I marked both blocks on here. Any records delineating or describing any lawful commercial uses for the residentially zoned property at 139 Schoolhouse Lane. I don't need to hear it's a repeat request. I actually want to get the answer. I've heard, and particularly Ms. Schrack has mentioned that since she came here, she's seen it recorded somewhere, and I'll be happy to see the records of the lawful use of this property. And I expect, since of all the volume of churn and all the people representing that it is legal, it shouldn't take more than 5 days, so it won't need an extension, hopefully, to find those records that justify the legal use of that property. And I know we've spent thousands of dollars as a township having our solicitor make sure that the zoning laws were properly followed, because he would never allow something to slide through for somebody that would appear to
You
be
had a
one of the
second right-to-know request, too?
Let me just finish my sentence, sir.
Sure.
It may be upsetting, but if you're looking the other way and it looks like maybe you're bending the rules for a political friend, you don't need to cut me off and stop me. The second one, the 5 most recent statements of financial interest filed by Gerald C. Montella with Concord Township. He's the guy responsible for assigning cases or making sure they're randomly assigned. In particular, he can't allow recusals by his staff. The judges have to recuse themselves if, perchance, say a case ends up back in court because documents weren't provided from an open records request. That'll help make sure that that office acts appropriately, because he does have side employment with Concord Township. So I will leave those 2 over here. And I expect they should be 5-day turnarounds. I'm not expecting a lot of legal expense like there normally is with these. I don't think you really need a solicitor to find those. You can just provide the records. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move right on with the agenda. Oh, I'm sorry, Amanda, we did get an email
Yes, we
public
did.
comment. If you
Yep.
could summarize that,
Yep.
please.
Sure. We received an email comment from Mr. Kevin Voigt at 286 Willets Way. He sent a 2-page letter with 58 pages attached to it. It was a document you have already received from Mrs. Spohr regarding the Shops at Concord discussion. And to summate, Kevin wrote to council expressing gratitude for the township's residents' input in denying the liquor license transfer. He also addressed concerns with the proposed project review, emphasizing the need for thorough environmental assessments, noting the review highlights issues and outdated data and the transfer of a permit, stressing the importance of accurate and comprehensive evaluations for development decisions impacting sensitive natural resources in relation to that project, Shops at Concord.
Okay. That was it? All
Yeah,
good?
and it'll be attached with our comments.
Okay, and I just want, for the record, I don't know if I need to fill out a recusal form for that. In fact, it was brought up at the meeting, but for the last 20 years, I recused myself from anything regarding that project. Next is the consent agenda. We have the council public meeting minutes of April 7th, 2026. Dana, we have some bills to pay.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So the total expenditures is $785,708.13, and that consists of April payroll, which is $210,448.50, current bills, $289,931.45, and our sewer bills at $285,328.18.
Okay. John, we got some bills to pay and some other things?
Yes, a few releases. We have a release number 2, which is a final payment to Latsios at the Land Development Plan at 328 Wilmington Pike in the amount of $57,660.78. And a certificate of payment number 1 which is a final payment of $14,880 to SWERP, S-W-E-R-P, Inc. That's a lateral connection and sewer lining project. And also, we have bids. The 2026 road program, the bids were received on April the 29th. There were 2 bidders, A.F. Damon, Inc. and Moore Construction. We have a letter from our engineer recommending that we award the contract to A.F. Damon, Inc., who was the low bidder, at $361,117.95, which is a base bid plus alternate number 1 and 3.
Okay, and we also have the appointment for Lou Girolami as the deputy tax collector to assist the tax collector when she is out of town. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I so move.
Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Number 2 and 3 have to do with the Octorara Trail update and the Smith Bridge Road Corridor Grant Project update. I guess Amanda and or Nate, if you'll chime in on both.
I'm happy to provide updates. So Octorara Trail update, we are continuing with right-of-way. So we're getting agreements out, having them looked at and worked through. Smith Bridge Road Corridor, we've now wrapped up that portion of it. We do have the one legal moment, which you mentioned earlier, but we're still plowing forward with what we need on that end. And we're just continuing to keep it moving and cross off all the Ts and dot the Is as part of the process.
Okay. Both of them? That was quick.
Sorry, I gave both. I was
I
sort
know,
of
yeah.
combining them.
We were like, I mean, I don't want to say we're at the finish line, because I don't think that's
Yeah,
exactly
no.
accurate, but we're like, we're
But
as close.
we're looking at that project and bids for Smith
paperwork.
Bridge. We are looking at that early fall for that to actually hit the street.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx myself.
Been a long time coming.
And that'll be over, that project will take probably 2 years. It'll be phased, with the school district component, so.
I'm sorry I asked you. All right, next is Resolution 24 of 2026, a preliminary final minor subdivision, 9 Ivy Lane. I think, Nate, you have it up on the wall there. Maybe you
Yeah,
want
Rafe
to walk
just-
us through it?
Yeah, Rafe just pulled this one up. So this is both simple and complicated, in an odd way. There's actually no land development occurring with this project. What happens is the municipal boundary bisects this property, and on this sheet, this is the only sheet we have available on us with this, Rafe? Or do we have another?
That's what we have.
That's fine, okay, I can make this work. So the municipal boundary line kind of bisects this property. And what the applicant is doing here is essentially creating one new conforming lot in Concord Township. To do that, he needs to take some property from a lot in Chester Heights. What he's done is he's gone to Chester Heights, gotten approval from Chester Heights to do that on their side. He is now looking for the approval here on Concord Township side. What that will do is take the property, there's an existing structure at the corner of the intersection there, there's a stub street. That'll make that a conforming residence. There's an existing driveway. No new development's happening. It's going to make, that lot stays the same. That just becomes a conforming house while he can build a house on the Chester Heights side separately. The entire parcel is actually 3 or 4 old parcels that will be consolidated. There's a fund there and will be deed restricted from further subdivision. So to that end, the Planning Commission did recommend approval, and we've got a draft resolution prepared for council tonight.
Okay, I'll take a stab at the resolution, and then we can motion a second and discuss if
And
needed.
if I just
Sure.
may make one comment, Delaware County also reviewed this application, and although they approved it, they're suggesting that joining the Concord parcel and with the Chester Heights parcel, creates some, in their mind, nonconformity, and they'd rather see an easement provided. From my perspective as an attorney, I'm not so sure the county is accurate. The county, as far as I know, didn't provide any legal authority in that regard. The applicant has a very able lawyer. The only reason I'm bringing this up is that I agree with everything Nate said. I think this consolidation is proper, but I just want to make you aware that the county does have a little caveat in there, but I'm sure the applicant will be able to take care of that himself. Thank you.
Okay. So it's Resolution 24 of 2026, minor subdivision 9 Ivy Lane. It would be approved subject to the following conditions. Number one, compliance with all comments contained in the Pannoni Review Letter dated March 6, 2026, attached hereto. All the letters I will be reading are attached as exhibits. Number two, compliance with all comments in the HRG Review Letter dated March 8, 2026. Number three, compliance with all comments contained in the Fire Marshal's email dated March 9, 2026. Number four, submission to the Township of all required permits and external approvals, including but not limited to the PA DEP sewage planning module exemption and/or the County Health Department on-lot sewage permitting prior to the release of the signed plans. Number five, plans are to be submitted in electronic format acceptable to the Township Engineer. Number six, all deeds for the properties, legal descriptions, easements, driveway easements, and similar to be submitted for review and approval by the Township Engineer and the Township Solicitor prior to the release of the signed plans. Number seven, the plans shall indicate the required riparian buffers for all watercourses and pond per Section 1, Code 148. Number eight, plans shall be revised to clarify proposed water and sanitary sewer. Number nine, Concord Township has no responsibility nor makes any commitments regarding current or future reviews, approvals by either Chester Heights Borough and/or Delaware County. Number 10, signed, sealed surveyors, certification of placements of monuments and pins must be filed with the township prior to recording the signed plan. And number 11, the deed for the new lot shall indicate that further subdivision is prohibited. Do we have a motion to approve that resolution?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion?
Just one comment, Mr. President. Since I am the chairman of the Delaware County Planning Commission, when any plans from Concord Township come in for review by the county, I do not participate in any discussions, nor do I vote on the subject project, because I have to vote in my capacity as a Township Council person. So I just wanted to put that out.
Okay. John, you had something?
Yeah, I was just wondering, and I don't know if this is more for you or for Nate, but does this change the township boundaries at all? Are we annexing a piece of Chester Heights, or is this just creating a lot that exists in both townships?
The latter.
Okay, so then, since a piece of this is in Chester Heights, do we have the authority to do this, or do we only have the authority to address the Concord Township portion? Because, for example, I know when Conrad developed that development that he's working on now off of Smithbridge Road, the entrance to the development was in Concord, and we addressed that, and we were responsible for addressing that portion. And so why are we doing anything that takes action in Chester Heights?
We're really not taking any action. What we've indicated, right in the proposed resolution, is that Chester Heights can deem what is appropriate for Chester Heights. We're saying from our vantage point, what's been proposed by the applicant is proper. I have my own inkling as to why the county is taking the position that they have, and it's probably because they can't get the computer program to figure out how they're going to tax the property, being that there's a piece in one township and a piece in the other. But that's not a proper reason, I don't think, to deny this application. That's just my opinion.
Okay. But, and just to be clear, they have obtained separate approval from Chester Heights Council. Okay. Just to make sure that's clear.
Okay.
So, just a follow-up question. So our approval basically just approves our end of our township.
Correct.
Okay,
And
We only
Chester-
have authority in Concord.
in Concord.
And Chester Heights has approved the piece that's going to be made part of this in their township, so it all comes together at the courthouse.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Okay, we'll consider that. We'll consider that. Okay, all right. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Good luck with your project, Steve. Okay, Resolution 25 of 2026 is a roundabout maintenance PennDOT. Amanda and Renee, you just want to give us the highlights of that?
Yeah, this is just clarification on responsibilities for various aspects of that project. Somewhat SOP with PennDOT on who's going to take care of what. PennDOT's going to take care of the roads, we're going to take care of landscaping, trail maintenance, maybe a little bit up in the air with the school district still, but this is a pretty basic document that we're looking to get authorized to sign.
I think we have passed more resolutions regarding this roundabout, about who's going to take care of it, and what color the blacktop's going to
Yeah,
be,
that's
and
about
what
right.
trees are going
No
to go there.
comment.
It's time to put a shovel in the ground. Never mind. Okay, so this is Resolution 25 of 2026, authorizing execution of the roundabout maintenance agreement with PennDOT for the Smith Bridge Road Corridor Improvements Grant Project. And this is for the roundabout along Smith Bridge Road between Temple and Kirk Road. Do we have a motion to approve that resolution?
Motion to approve?
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Motion to adjourn, James?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Thank you.
Aye.
for coming.